Welcome back, guys, to the MVM Show. I'm Titus, your host, and I'm here with my brother Thomas today. And we're going to go over Thomas's top waterfowl gear picks, and we're going to do a countdown, basically. And we're going to basically 5 being the least, number 1 being his all-time favorite. We may do like a part 2 of these for each of us. I'm gonna do mine. Thomas is going to do his, and Travis is going to do his. And we're not like knowing what each other's picking, but just in this episode, it's just going to be Thomas's. So we're going to go over that today. Don't forget, if you want to check out Muller Chokes, go to MullerChokes.com, put in the code MVM 2024 and get 10% off. And that's what we're running this season. I know you're running we're talking about a hunt coming up. You're running in your 20 gauge, you're running the passing, right?
Yeah, I'm going to be taking the passing choke this time, and I'm going to be shooting. I
don't think you have the
I don't
Decoy,
know. I haven't even shot it yet, so I don't remember the mix, but I think it's a 6.3 mix. Help me out with the name.
Yeah, it is.
Word. Heavy metal
It's
extreme.
a 6.3.
Yeah.
And it's 70% steel, 30%
tungsten
or heavy 12, whatever.
Right.
Which was the old school heavy metal.
Which is the first heavy shot ammo that I used to buy that
was called heavy metal.
Yeah, it was called heavy metal.
Yeah.
It was before they did the long range.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's the one everybody loved.
Yeah. So
obviously, because it's heavier and denser. So
that's the first one I bought when we went to, what was it? Was it Wisconsin or Wisconsin?
What store was that? That was a cool store.
Man, was it Farm Fleet or Farm to Fleet? Man, it's been like 7 years.
Farm to Fleet, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
We don't have them out here for those of you in the upper Midwest.
Yes. Don't take offense. I apologize because I really do love that store that we both do. That
it was
awesome.
super cool. That was well before COVID, right? Probably like 18 or 19. Had to have been.
Yeah, easily.
Or 17. Not 17, was it? I don't think so. It had to have been 18, dude.
Yeah.
But I remember, I don't know if I bought any. It might have just been you. I don't think I did, and you shot that goose.
You didn't. I don't think you did, because I think this store didn't have ammo that we both usually. We were shooting Super X.
Yeah.
And they didn't have any.
You started all this.
So we both got ammo that we never shot before. And I honestly don't remember why.
What I got.
At this point, like at that time, one box was probably no different than the other to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know why I picked that one. But anyways, I did. And it was definitely better than Super X. I shot a honker. I don't remember how far, but it was decent. And man, that thing was stone dead. And I remember like we were looking at each other like, dude, this stuff is awesome.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't even Adam surprised too.
Yeah.
The guy that we went with.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was even kind of shocked.
Adam Stamp.
Yeah. Oh, Adam Stamp.
Shout out.
He just posted some pictures of a good opening day hunt for him, but with Luna still. Luna's still going strong, dude.
That dog is hard, let me tell you. That is the word to describe that dog.
Literally.
Don't shoot any mounters with that dog. That dog wants to eat them.
That's how she keeps up her energy so high.
In the cold.
She's got to be she's up there.
She's a good dog.
Did I have Rocky yet?
I don't think so.
Dude, so she's up there now. Mm-hmm. She's 9 or 10 now. Easily.
Got to be. That was a long time ago.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. Well, we're going to start at number 5. So kind of like the countdown when you see in the top 5 best hits in the NFL or something. We'll number 1 will be your best.
Yeah.
Again, we were discussing this beforehand. It's kind of like, man, I know I'm going to think of something later. And I know I will too, because there's so many little things and details when it comes to duck hunting, but this is where we're going to start.
Yeah.
So
there's way more than 5. And honestly, it's kind of, I didn't spend 5 hours thinking about this list,
well,
but
no, you don't need to.
But I mean, like I said, there's so many different things I could go into, but just for the sake of it.
So number 5 on Thomas's top waterfowl gear picks.
Number 5, I went with decoys, specifically Dakota Mallard packable decoys. And for me on the list, I'm just gonna say stuff that like legitimately I've used and I've kept using. Like you know what I mean? We try things. I'm not gonna say I've tried every decoy and every paint and everything on this list. You know what I mean? I'm not pretending to know everything, but the things that I like, everyone knows those things that you, for whatever reason, you just like the way it works or you like some certain thing about it. And for me, they check every box. They're nice and big. I think they look great on the water. They move really easy. They're light enough. They are packable if you want. I've never really used them that way, but I think I don't know how many years we've had them now, and I know a lot of guys already use them, but like I said, for me, decoys is a big part of the whole waterfowl game. So,
I like their head posture.
Yeah,
they look really good in the water.
To me, when I first bought, so the first time I seen them or hunted over them, I was with Johnny and Jack, and they were the packables. And honestly, we probably had very, very light wind, maybe next to no wind. I mean, gusting 5. You know what I mean? Like, not much. And they were still moving. I was like, dude, those things move quite a bit. I don't feel a stitch of wind. Like, you know what I mean? And he's like, yeah, I kind of like him, which I don't know if he still likes him or not. But I was like, that piqued my interest. So I bought a 12-pack and flocked. And this was probably, I don't know, it's got to have been at least 5 years, at least. And I mean, man, I still have them. I still use them. They've been in a slotted bag, and I mean, they still look pretty good, I think. And I still like using them. I mean, like I said, they check all the boxes for me. And I mean, mallards, it's not like our number one bird that we shoot out here, but we could always shoot birds over mallard decoys. So it's like, those are kind of.
He only made it packable in mallards. Because of what you got to do to get to him, like why didn't he make that in all the other versions?
Right.
Because half the reason is it to me is just being super light to move with hardly any wind, like you said. So I wonder why he didn't do other species.
I don't know. Yeah, no, it would be
kind of never thought about
it'd be nice
until now. Like, yeah, why not make some widgeon or
I can't remember. It's been a little while since I've actually looked on their website, but I thought that. I'm not sure if they make like every species. I could be wrong. You guys could.
Well, not divers.
Correct us.
I was on their site very recently.
Were you? Oh yeah, you just purchased some more.
Yeah, I didn't buy it from them. I bought it from another. Who did I buy that from? Rogers.
Like I know they make pintail and probably widgeon, but I don't know if.
I think black duck's new this year. They have black duck and the regular mallards.
But mallards are the only packable ones.
On you. Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, no, that would be cool to have the other species. But yeah, like I said, those are ones that I purchased years ago, and I literally still shoot ducks over them. So
that's a good one.
Yeah. So I can move on to my next one, my number 4. My number 4 would be a duck call, specifically JJ Lair's hybrid. JJ Lairs makes incredible calls, as a lot of you guys know. They make a couple different ones, A5s, T1s. They have some older styles. Hybrid seems to be their most popular, and more guys use.
You like that over the T1?
I do. I do. A hybrid. That's the first one I bought, and I do like the T1. But maybe it's just because I bought the hybrid first. I don't know. I like that call. If I had one call and that's the only call I could have, that's the call I would take every single time. My first call color that I bought from them was actually on Upper Duck, and it was
that was your first call.
Yeah,
I thought you bought it from Kittles. Really?
I don't even know if I bought a call from Kittles.
Yeah, you did. That had to have been your first call.
No, I remember my first call was from Upper Deck. It was the green call with the black band. That was my first one. And actually, I used that one.
Why in the world did you do that? Dude, if
I promise you right now, you can't change my mind on this one. This is what Titus does. Titus likes to say things with 100% surety, and he will convince you that he's right.
And people almost believe me.
Literally.
Am I even creating any little teensy-weensy bit of doubt?
Not on my first call. I probably or may have bought a call from Kittles, but I can tell you where I was when I ordered it. That's how sure I am.
What made you do that, though? Because
Travis.
So you didn't go into Kittles.
No, I bought it.
Try it out.
No, I bought it blind.
Bought it off.
So I was novice, right? I was using a what's that Buck Gardner one? Mm-hmm. Double nasty, and I don't know why I wanted to buy a different call, but I was like, I'll look for a call. Travis had the one he's had forever, and Travis was the one that was like, why don't you look that JJ Lares? I have no idea. Like I said, I don't know nothing about nothing. So I was like, I'll check it out. So I just Googled it.
Harrison can't take credit for this.
No. and I know Harrison's been blowing a Lares since he was knee-high
for like 20 years. Yeah.
But, when he was ranching his big farm back when. But
he does listen to this too.
That's fine. But props to Harrison. Harrison's an incredible caller, and I know.
Don't lie to him.
For what it is, he's an incredible caller. You know what I'm saying? So, but got me sidetracked.
So you ordered this call. You went to Upper. What made you go to Upper Deck?
I just Googled it.
Oh, you know what?
There was no specific thing.
Okay, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
You met Brett Crow. Did you own a call already?
No. Yes. Yeah. Okay. I bought the call before that whole thing.
How'd you know to go to Upper Deck?
I didn't. I just Googled it.
Oh, okay.
I just Googled JJ Lares, and Upper Deck popped up. And I think they were, and we know now, but I think they were one of the only ones that even had them in stock. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
But there was a lot back then. Like it wasn't. I mean, well,
I honestly don't even remember.
I shouldn't say a lot, but it wasn't in the craze like it is right now. Now you can't. There's nothing. People are messaging me tonight, dude. Hey, what's up with the site? I'm thinking something's wrong with the site. I'm like, there ain't nothing wrong with the site. It's been like this for 2 years.
Yeah.
You can't get a stinking call.
You're talking about Upper Deck.
Yeah. No, general.
Oh.
You can't get a Lares call anywhere because they're sold out as soon as they come in.
Right. I actually sold one tonight.
2? Oh no, you thought you had 2.
I thought I had 2, but I sold one to a friend. But yeah. No, so I remember I bought it online, got it. It was just a solid green, black band, and actually I used that until last year towards the end. I actually took it off and I changed colors.
What are you running now?
It's the beer bottle color.
Mm-hmm.
That's honestly, I want to say it's my all-time favorite, and I'll tell you why. Because to me, it's just all round. Like I really like that. Like for collector's sake, guys that just put it on a shelf, I think I still like that. But I also love taking that call hunting. Like
it's my number one hunting color.
I love that.
You're adding on to my list.
You're gonna have to change now. No, but seriously.
No, but your ranking might be different. Our rankings,
right? Yeah, no, that's fine. But part of the reason, which just might be weird to some guys, I bought the hybrid and the T1 in the same color, and I have them both on my lanyard.
So that's what you're running this year?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna leave that for I don't even know how long. Like, I might never change. You know what I mean? Like that green one I ran for 4 years, maybe.
So have you ran the 2 beer bottle ones together?
Just at the end of last year.
Okay. So it's kind of new.
It's
new setup.
Yeah, kind of new.
Yeah.
But basically, I don't like a ton of calls. I never go past 4 ever.
Yeah, and that's a lot
like,
to me.
And the only reason is, part of that reason is the hybrid T1. I got the whistle, and sometimes, and honestly, I probably only run 3 mainly, because sometimes I'll throw that pintail whistle on there, or if I don't want to have that, I'll swap that out for a finisher. And honestly, I don't know. I guess I kind of go back and forth. Those two kind of swap in and out sometimes, but the T1 and hybrid don't. I kind of got off, but yeah. So hybrid beer bottle, and probably as of right now 355 reed in that.
Because that's not factory. That's not stock.
Stock is 50.
50, yeah. You like the 55.
Yeah.
Okay.
And part of that, and I should probably work on my calling better. I don't mean that I'm some special caller, but to me, those calls are incredible. I mean, we could go on that. This is not about that, but anyways, that's number 4. So number 3, and I don't want to be general here, so maybe you could help be specific, but my number 3 is a boat.
Number 3, huh?
Number 3 is a boat. And, fill in your brand, your size, your whatever you like for wherever you are, because there's really no right or wrong. Like, I know guys in different states like different things. I'm not here to argue, and I don't even really care. Like, a nice boat, I love a nice boat. I just love being on the water. Like, I think being on the water is part of the game for me. Like, it's a big percentage. And maybe not half, but like, I love being
ripping down a river is almost as much of a high to you as working a group of ducks in.
Maybe not quite as high.
No, I know, but
yes,
close, like a 40-60 or something.
Yes, running a river with no lights on in the full moon, there's something to that. Like, it's fun. Like, I don't know what that is. Or being on big water, being on, the Columbia, or being on the Mississippi, or being on whatever it is. Like, there's something to that I just love. Like, I love being on the water in the summer too. I've had multiple summer boats. So this year we're getting our 3rd duck boat. I've had 2 of my own wakeboard boats as well. So like, that kind of just tells you I love
being on the water.
Yeah, exactly.
In a boat. Yeah. So I did a podcast a while back, and I don't remember who was on here. I might have just done it solo, but I was just talking about the absolute. No, I think it was me and Elliot, and I was on his podcast, and he was asking me like, what about a boat? Different things. And I said, honestly, there's like nothing. Me and you talked about this. There's nothing. There's not much that beats after hunting. I could kill 1 duck. I don't want to say no ducks because that sounds like dramatic, but like, I can kill like 2 ducks myself.
Yeah.
Come in the boat with them laying on the front deck.
Yeah.
And ripping down a tiny river, creek, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
The sun's out. The air's cold.
Yeah.
No one's talking. Everyone's just watching forward, and you're ripping. Dude, it's like, I can't. There's not much other peace and joy that I get. I mean, there is. I'm not trying to be stupid, but like, it's pretty close, dude.
Yeah.
It gives you just like this, I don't know.
Well, I think that it just replaces the worst part about duck hunting with something fun. So like, if you hike 2 miles, and I know there's a lot of guys that put in a lot of work. If you hike half a mile, 1 mile, 2 miles, either you're pushing a cart, you're got a pack on your back, or you're pulling a jet sled. Whatever you're doing, wherever you're doing it, that's the work part. And there's nothing wrong with that. We still do it to this day. You know what I mean? But if your hunt does involve a boat, you replace that kind of sucky part with a fun part.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and not only that, but you get to bring other things. You know what I mean? Breakfast before a hunt, and then a good hunt followed by a fun ride back in to the launch or wherever you're at in the bay, in whatever setting.
There's no bad part of the boat ride. There's no bad part of a boat and the boat ride. And then, like you said, hauling your gear out there for you. Like, none of us want to stinking haul everything to cook breakfast and make coffee on our backs or in a cart.
Yeah.
You're already doing enough as it is. You don't want to add no more to it.
Right.
But you do it in a boat, it's carrying it for you.
Right.
You're going to have breakfast. You're going to have coffee.
Right.
You want to do those things.
Yeah. Well, there's no bad parts
It's comfort,
to the hunt.
dude.
There's no bad parts of the hunt.
No.
You know what I mean? And I know there's a lot of guys that do clubs and all that too. And that also probably doesn't, have that bad part because they leave the decoys out for the season and, they have breakfast. And that's a whole cool, fun thing too. But yeah, like I said, I like boats. I mean, I'm not like some nerd and could tell you thicknesses and all this, that, and the other, but I'll probably be having a boat for the rest of my life, so.
Yeah. Remember before we got it, which wasn't that long ago, we were talking about how many times we think we'd use it, if it was worth it.
Yeah,
I remember
like
where we were at. We were in this house right over here in the gym. We got done working out.
Yeah.
We're like, okay, if we do this like 12 times this year, is this worth? Yeah. It's over.
Yeah.
It's done.
For sure.
Boats and goats.
Yeah.
You got any goats on the way to the farm?
Nope. I keep getting recommendations. It's funny how many people think they know what I should do.
Really?
That's not how I should have worded that. But a lot of people, for whatever reasons, goats keep coming up around me. And I'm like,
what do you mean?
Just like meat goats or like.
Where's that coming up at? What are you talking about?
Just today. No, I don't on social media.
People asking you?
Not to put them out there, but like a couple of people are like, yeah, you should get some goats. Just like and that's as far as it goes. And I'm like, why?
Goats, huh?
Yeah, for what? That's
funny.
But that was very random.
Yeah. Well, so was my boats and goats. I just thought it rhymed. So, anyways. All right, number two.
Quality ammo.
Ooh.
Quality ammo. And I will be specific for myself. For the last couple years, I've fallen more in love with shooting 20 gauge. And if I had to pick one ammo, and I know guys will criticize, I don't really give a care, but 3-inch, 6-shot, bismuth.
Heavy B,
bismuth. That, I don't know. I don't really know why.
So always faithful, dude.
Maybe it's because it's the more premium load that I started shooting once I went from steel. I mean, I know tungsten's more dense, but bismuth is cheaper. And if I had to buy one box of ammo for the rest of my life, it would be heavy bismuth. That's just what it is. I don't shoot as many shells as I did when I first started hunting, and I like that. Like, I would rather shoot a limit with 12 than shoot a whole box or a box and a half or 2 boxes. I mean, I would shoot 2 boxes when I first started, and half of that was shooting the same bird 3 times, bringing them down, shooting up, put another shell in them, boom, boom, putting up 4th, finishing them. Like, you know what I mean? I don't want to do that anymore. And
well, you haven't been doing that,
and I don't.
Since you started working shooting quality.
Yeah, and I don't. But and I mean, there's nothing wrong with shooting.
I was going to say. That being said.
I'm not, that's why we preface this. There's no right.
This
is
no wrong. Our pick.
This is not an argument of what everyone should be doing.
No.
This is what I like.
It's your pick.
This is what I like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and like I said, this next, we're about to go on a hunt. I'm going to be shooting. My mind keeps going blank because I haven't shot.
Heavy Metal Extreme.
Heavy Metal Extreme. It's because I haven't been shooting it very much. I'm interested to see how that's going to be doing.
Me too.
Because I haven't really shot it. But for the last couple years, I've shot heavy 12, heavy metal, heavy bismuth, out of 12 and 20.
You have shot that, basically. Heavy metal extreme, technically.
Yeah.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
You loved
But it's been a while ago.
Yeah.
It's been several years.
Yeah.
But like I said, my go-to, as of right now, if I had to shoot one ammo for the rest of my life, it would be heavy bismuth, 20 gauge, 3-inch 6s.
Mm-hmm.
I love that ammo.
Yeah.
I love that ammo.
Yeah.
So,
well, last but not least, drum roll.
Last but not least, number 1. And this also may be considered kind of general, but I will tell you right now, I wouldn't want to hunt without it. And so
Bacon.
that too. But to be honest, and this could be controversial, maybe. I don't know if it still is because it's kind of old news, but I put Onyx on here as my number 1. And because whether it's my backyard that I've hunted for, however many years.
It's a good one.
2015, specifically duck hunting I'm speaking of, or I'm going out of state, any state, waterfowl, big game, whatever it is. I don't want to go hunting without some sort of mapping on my phone.
It's a good one. That one's hard to beat, honestly.
You
could get away with Google Maps, but
you can
Apple Maps for some
you
people.
can. And that's why I said a mapping system, whatever you like. If you like, I also have Go Hunt.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's several other mapping, and I could give a care whatever you guys use, whatever you like, whatever works for you. I know for myself, I don't want to go hunt without it because, all the reasons you guys already know, like not only spots, but measurements, routes. Some places we take in a boat, you want to be on a specific line to get there because there might be objects in the water and you probably won't see them in the dark. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or whether it's walking routes. I don't want to walk an extra 500 yards out of a pond because I took the long route. Mm-hmm. I want to go in a direct line back to a levee, or I want to make sure I know this is the right turn to take to get to my pond, because if I take a wrong turn and say I'm hunting free roam, now there's 10 guys in front of me. You know what I mean? Or I get lost. There's some places you can hunt that you can almost legitimately get lost for a couple hours. It's not like you're going to die, but some guys are a little more directionally challenged than others, and
a foggy day or at night, there's no references
in the dark.
In the
dark.
I've used that. I've used it where you hit the thing and you point it, and like you said, dude, there's a million things. There's things on there this time. I've been listening to some podcasts that were talking about the upgrades to Onyx in the last couple months. You probably don't. I don't
have them yet.
What do you mean?
I probably haven't been on the app to upgrade.
Oh, me neither.
Or update.
Well, me neither. Meaning, I heard about them, and I'm like, dude, they've done a lot. And I opened it the other day, and I was like, dude, I got to almost relearn this because there's so much new stuff in a good way.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of new features, dude.
If you're only going to go to one spot your whole life and hunt, you don't need it.
Yeah.
Okay. But if you're going to move around, the thing is we can't remember all the places we've been.
No, not
and have data on it. You know what I mean? Whether it's the pictures or the date and time, the wind, whatever, you can get in all those fine details. But if you're someone who travels and hunts or goes to different places frequently, I know that I don't want to not have it. That's why it's my number 1.
Yeah, I know that. Honestly, that was a good one, dude. That's hard to beat. It'd be hard not to make this still that for my number 1 too, but I'll come up with something different. But yeah, because when you said boat number 3, I was kind of like, I'm not really going to make number 1, but that's pretty good. Yeah, that's hard to beat. So,
like I said, I could have thought of another 5 easily, kind of how to order them. It was kind of whatever, but I guess things that you like probably the most.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why I picked them. The fifth, the decoys, I had other things I was going to swap them out with, but love my calls, the boat, got to have mapping and ammo. And I thought about, I almost, put gun in there, but that's a debate. You know what I mean? I thought ammo for myself was a little more important.
Well, you could take this so many different ways. You're like, how are you going to, what does it matter if you got all that if you don't got a gun? That's not what we're saying.
Yeah.
We're saying, like, if I had to, these specific tools that I wanted to have, like you said about the ammo, like,
it wasn't what you need to go duck hunting.
No.
You know what I mean?
This is your, like, favorite things.
Yeah, right.
That you're just day in, day out, you're always, like, always going to. And, I mean, those are mine, too. Like, technically, I'll change them up. I can change them up. I had different, actually, things on here, but anyways, we'll save that for a different one.
Yeah, I thought one that you probably have on your list that is a pretty obvious one.
Because I talk about it and use it. Don't be giving mine up, man.
I'm not going to give them up. Take a guess what you guys think is going to be on Titus's
Write
top
it in the
5.
comments. Or give one top one that you think my top one's going to be.
Let's see how...
That's going to be hard to put at number one, actually. I mean, it's like hard not to use Onyx because, I mean, like, it comes out
every hunt.
Every stinking time.
Every single hunt.
Even places I've been a bunch of times.
And that's a good way to think about your top 5, but I could think of another 5 easily.
Onyx
so you could have a pretty good
Onyx should be our top sponsor. I don't even understand.
Onyx, you're dropping the ball, man.
Literally.
I don't know what's going on with you guys over there. You know why? They're on the East Coast.
Are they?
I think so, yeah.
That's the problem. See?
That's the problem.
They got a problem.
They don't have no West Coast love, man. What's up with that?
There's someone who's out here in the West that they...
Go hunts like in Montana, I think, or Idaho. Like, they're kind of Western.
Can you do, like, waterfowl? Like, would you be able to do that kind of stuff? Like,
you could.
Pins and this and that?
Yeah, they have...
Offline maps?
Yeah, they have all that. They have all that same stuff. I'm more used to on it. I have both.
Well, dude, all of our pins and our data.
For the years.
Yeah, it's like, I don't want to...
It's already done.
Unless you can take that metadata and all that and transfer it, which you might be able to.
That's a breach of security there. I don't want them to be able...
Yeah, that could be floating around the interwebs.
Yeah, literally.
A lot of people finding that.
You know what I mean? All of our top secret spots. Yeah,
like our IP address is attached to all these spots.
That's funny.
No, that was good. That was really good, actually. Ooh, those are good. Very similar. Travis is the one that's going to come up with stuff totally different.
Yeah, for sure.
Guaranteed.
And I thought of that, but you guys need to get on here and say what you think Titus's top 5 is going to be and Travis's.
Yeah.
Because you haven't done one of these yet, right? Yeah, so mine came out first. You guys take a guess what you think Titus's are going to be. And whoever gets all 5 right will get a free case of Heavy Bismuth.
Don't be lying to them, man. I'll tell you what. I'll see the comments and I'll change it accordingly.
Yeah. Come on, man. You got to treat your subscribers better than that.
Man, tell me about it. I asked these guys, jokers, to, what do you say, rate this thing?
Yeah.
There's like 7.
Comment and rate or whatever?
There's like between 7,000 and 10,000 listeners, and I can't even get 3. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just giving you guys a hard time. I could care less about that stuff. Supposedly, that's what makes your podcast go in the top ranks. Someone's like, "Oh, you got to be subscribed." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't think so." To be honest with you, I think I feel like I have a lot better listeners than a lot of the other podcasts because I kind of dabble around in others. No one really engages like...
Creeping on other pods?
Yeah. No one engages like the MVM show people do.
Nice. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
You guys are the best. The OGs.
Really good engagement. Good ideas, too. Someone said they wanted to interview me Sean Ryan's style.
That would be interesting. Whoever said that has good taste because that right there is probably my number one show.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if it's not really just a podcast. I mean, it is a podcast video interview style, but to me, that kind of brings more than just saying a podcast. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, yeah. He's like news kind of in a way now, bringing light to a bunch of junk that's going on.
Yeah.
us sending them. Oh, I better not say this because they'll shut us down. I've had 2 episodes now taken down. You didn't know that?
No.
One was taken down probably a year ago, and then like 2 months ago they took another one down.
How old were the episodes that were taken down?
Dude, like in the hundreds.
Old.
This is episode 330 or 331, and they took one that was down in the hundreds.
So that's interesting. Like, who are the people that do this, and how do they have time? It can't be an actual person. It has to be some.
No,
form
I think it's
of
like AI.
yeah.
And or if it's not AI, they were doing this before. Well, I guess AI.
Is it like keywords?
Keywords.
Yeah.
But then what happens? You can refuse that when they try to say you've went against us, and then
someone will review it.
Someone reviews it.
Oh, okay. So it's like a filter.
Yeah, and then it will kick them to those spots that whatever we were saying. And what's so stupid? It was the only one that Matt Yarbrough has ever been on. It was me, Matt, Andy, and maybe Josh Webster. I can't remember. It was at camping. And dude, we were talking about how stupid war is. And it's like, why would that even be anywhere on their radar to take off? But then I asked for a human review and they still took it down. Now that's off YouTube, not Spotify and Apple Podcasts. That's still free speech there in a way, but that's what makes me sometimes want to stop the YouTube, but YouTube's pretty good. So anyways, whatever. All right. Well, that was good, dude. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
I really wanted to have mine written out before you did because I didn't want any
have an idea or something.
Yeah.
Influenced.
But there's really nothing there that would be something like, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
It's funny because I might not have thought of the Onyx, but when you said it, I was like, dude, that's like a given. So anyways.
Yeah. Maybe say some of your guys' that's your top 3, top 5 that you don't want to, something I missed or maybe something you think should be on there or that Titus is going to have. But
yeah. Well, and like I said, we'll probably do this again because I feel like it would be good to do again one more time. It's kind of hard to do it in one set of 5, but I feel like that was for sure probably your staple right there. And the next 5 would be a little bit different type. But anyways, all right, guys. Well, thanks for listening. And like Tom said, comment and we'll see if you win a case of Thomas's. Thomas has on channel. He's willing to give it away. So.
Yeah.
So, all right. We'll see you guys in the next one.